Now to the major breakthrough in the war between Israel and Hamas.
Both sides agreeing to a ceasefire deal that could take effect in a matter of days. The three-part deal still has to be finalized by the Israeli government. Benjamin Netanyahu's wider government cabinet will also have to sign off, and a 48-hour window for legal objections opens before the ceasefire goes into effect. If it is approved, over the course of 42 days, Israeli troops will withdraw from parts of the Gaza Strip and hostages will be released by Hamas. The pause in fighting will allow desperately needed humanitarian aid to get into Gaza and allow negotiations to continue for phase 2.
Israel will also release a number of Palestinian prisoners, and Palestinians will be able to return to their neighborhoods in Gaza. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, more than 46,000 Palestinians have been killed in the war. ABC 10 News reporter Madison Weil sat down with a local expert who weighs in on what the deal could mean for the region and global stability.
After more than a year of brutal conflict in the Middle East, a tentative ceasefire announced.
This is certainly a momentous day if the process continues to move forward.
Darren Q, Dean of USD's School of Peace Studies. He's also served as an advisor to the UN and U.S. State Department.
So I think in terms of the impact this will have on Palestinian lives in Gaza and, of course, Israeli lives in terms of the return of at least some of the hostages is very, very important.
Q stressing this is a ceasefire and there's no comprehensive peace plan in place just yet.
I think that is going to be a much more difficult agreement to reach, but certainly momentum is going in the right direction.
So with the current terms of this ceasefire, what happens if either side breaks their end of the deal?
Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of checks and balances in that regard other than returning to the fighting. So, the Americans, of course, do have leverage in terms of the large amount of military assistance that we give the Israelis.
Q says one surprise has been the cooperation between the Biden administration and the incoming Trump administration in the weeks leading up to the deal.
Given the rancor between the two camps during the election, this was definitely something we did not expect and something we didn't see in 2017, the last time the Trump administration came in.
As for the impact of a Trump presidency on the conflict, Q says time will tell.
I think the thing that we really need to watch is just how close the Trump administration is going to be to the Netanyahu administration in all this. So we have to wait and see.
Madison Weil, ABC 10 News.